Hi, my name is Becky Lodge. I'm the founder of StartUp Disruptors, an online inclusive community that helps people to start and scale their businesses from home across the UK. So today we're here for another member insight and video with the absolutely amazing Rachel Atkinson of Red Feather Consulting. So welcome, Rachel, to the room today. Thank you very much for being involved with StartUp Disruptors. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about you, first of all. So are you able to just let everybody who's watching today know a little bit more about Red Feather Consulting and how you got started?
Yeah, hi Becky, thank you so much. Love being a part of StartUp Disruptors. So I run Red Feather Consulting, and here I'm based in Poole in Dorset, live with my 16-year-old daughter and my two dogs, who I like to call my head of motivation, Cliff and Frankie. And so I've been in HR for over 20 years now. I did a long stint in corporates and then decided that I was going to focus on charities. So about half of my time has been in charities. And I think, like so many other people in the last year, took stock of what was happening in my life and had one of those sod it moments, and just worked with so many contractors and thought, yeah, I can do that. How hard can it be to set up your own business? So that's pretty much what I did. I handed my notice in just over a year ago in May 2020. Left the RNLI, an amazing organisation, but I love change, and I want to go into smaller organisations where I can really make a difference. And for me, people are the most important thing in any organisation. You can have the best systems, the best logistics, the best building, but unless you've got people that are really committed and passionate about what it is that they do for the organisation and are really sort of wedded to their purpose, then then I think your business is going a lot further, if you've got those people engaged. So that's what I'm really passionate about, and particularly about charities, organisations with a social purpose. Also a massive advocate for things like inclusion and diversity, equity. So yeah, that was it. I decided that I was going to leave my role and set up and working with organisations that I wanted to do, promoting the things that I'm really passionate about. Luckily, through word of mouth, people hearing that I sort of set up on my own, got my first client in December, and now I've got a little band of people that I support and love working with. Organisations that really fit my purpose and who I love working with. I've actually, I don't say it smugly because I know I'm really lucky, but I've turned away some business because I've been quite busy, but also they just didn't quite fit with what it is that is important to me, and that's been a real key thing for me. This was never about making millions, having a big organisation to myself. It's about, sorry, the head of motivation.
That's all right.
Thing in there. It was always about working with people I wanted, having influence, being able to make a difference, and generally creating organisations where people love going to work and volunteer.
Yeah. Do you think when people actually leave corporate that they're prepared for the startup world? Because obviously it's quite recent for you. Do you think that's something that people are fully prepared for, or do you think that there's still a little bit of naivety around starting a business from home and people thinking that it's perhaps easier than it is?
I very much went in with my eyes wide open, thinking this is going to be really hard work. And I think I would say the positives for me are what I was worried about were two things. First of all, I've been always used to being part of a big team and just having someone that I could look over my shoulder and say, oh, what about this? Like to bounce things off. And the other thing is, I thought it would be really competitive. So like the first networking events I went to, if there was HR people there, I was like, oh, they're going to think I'm treading on their toes. So the positives for me are that both of those things are not true at all. I found that the entrepreneurial consultant world has actually been incredibly supportive. And I've managed to refer business to people, they've referred business to me. I've had people just, I've done a presentation and someone's had something technical, and someone who does it for a living said, oh, give us half an hour and I'll help you sort out that issue. And that's been amazing. And it's the network of people that I've met. So I think what's really great is entrepreneurs supporting other entrepreneurs has been brilliant. And I've loved being part of that world. So first of all, I have got people just to bounce stuff off, which I didn't think I'd have. But also I do feel that I've got that, it's not competitive at all, quite the opposite. I think probably some naivety. It's some of the practical stuff that you just don't think about, when you're used to having an IT desk just to ring up and say, oh, what's wrong with this? So it's definitely taken me a while to get used to some of those skills that you would just rely on in the past. But again, that's through network, and that's been really useful just to meet people. And now I realise that I'm better off valuing my time in the HR space, and I'll bring people in to help with other things, whether it might be social media or IT support or things like that.
Yeah, I think that's key. I think one of the common things that we see a lot of in our community of entrepreneurs and small businesses as they grow is their inability to actually let go is can be quite difficult. And that's what makes or breaks an owner who's going to be a solopreneur or a one-person organization, which is fine, or somebody that wants to grow and scale. But I think people need to have a very clear idea before they start as to whether they want to be a lifestyle entrepreneur and business owner or whether they want to scale up. And I think a lot of the time, sometimes people have difficulty with that. But yeah, it's been great to get an insight into your early success. And Paul's it's such a lovely place, Paul in Dorset, to actually start up as well. So thanks very much for talking very briefly about your journey. There's some brilliant tips in there that I really appreciate. If people would like to get in touch with you, Rachel, what's the best way that they can get in contact with you? Is there a website, for example, that people can visit to see what your offer is about?
Absolutely. It's very simply redfeatherconsulting.co.uk, or you can email me, rachel@redfeatherconsulting.co.uk, or find me on LinkedIn and feel free to connect.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much for taking time to talk to me today. I really appreciate you giving us an insight with the head of motivation, obviously, in the background there today. We are StartUp Disruptors. If you'd like to join us, you'd be more than welcome to. Our VIP membership starts at $19.99 a month, which is basically group online coaching, meeting people like fantastic Rachel once a month on a call. We do fantastic giveaways for our members as well. So please do get involved. You can find us at startupdisruptors.co.uk or find me on LinkedIn, Becky Lodge. Nice to see you, Rachel. Thank you so much. I'm glad the sun's shining where you are today because we've been a bit rainy in Britain recently. And see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now. Bye-bye, my love.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.